In an insightful discussion with a leading political analyst, the complex dynamics of geopolitics involving the United States, Israel, and Iran were explored, shedding light on the profound implications these tensions hold for global economic stability and political order. Aris Arugay, a professor from the University of the Philippines Department of Political Science, currently undertaking a fellowship at Kyoto University in Japan, shared his expert analysis on these unfolding events and their broader impact on the global stage. Professor Arugay, engaging from his academic base in Japan, began by addressing the escalating tensions in the Middle East, particularly concerning the strategic Strait of Hormuz. This vital passageway has become a focal point in the geopolitical chess game, with potential disruptions posing significant threats to global oil supply and, by extension, economic stability worldwide. Arugay remarked, this is the greatest economic disruption that we're facing. Much worse, people are saying, much worse than COVID. The implications of such a statement underscore the gravity of the situation, hinting at a new era in global politics where traditional rules seem to be eroding. The conversation pivoted to the United States approach under President Trump, focusing on his administration's unilateral actions against Iran. The absence of traditional diplomatic consultations with allies, including NATO members, has created an atmosphere of unpredictability. Arugay noted, this military action of the U.S. and Israel against Iran started off with the idea to cripple the regime in Iran. However, the consequences appear to be counterproductive, with Iran gaining leverage over global energy supplies, particularly affecting Asian countries. In a noteworthy diplomatic move, the Philippines has engaged directly with Iran to secure safe passage for its oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, reflecting a shift towards bilateral negotiations in this face of global uncertainty. The meeting between Philippine officials and the Iranian ambassador highlights the pragmatic steps nations are taking to safeguard their energy security. However, the scenario also raises questions about the robustness of long-standing alliances, particularly with the United States, whose recent foreign policy actions have left some allies feeling sidelined. Professor Arugay expressed concern over the current administration's approach, emphasizing the need for a more inclusive and consultative strategy when dealing with allied nations. Part of the conversations back at home is really trying to measure whether this alliance is still benefiting us, he stated, pointing to the broader implications for Philippine foreign policy and its strategic alliances. The discussion also touched upon the potential for a new global conflict, a concern that looms large given the current geopolitical climate. The U.S. operation, dubbed Epic Fury, aims to dismantle IRA, ends military capabilities, but such aggressive posturing carries the risk of unintended escalations. Arugay highlighted the delicate balance required to prevent another world war, emphasizing the importance of restraint and responsible leadership. The evolving landscape of international relations has also rekindled debates on the Philippines' position vis-a-vis other major powers, notably China. The long-standing territorial disputes in the West Philippine Sea have been a focal point of tension, yet the current geopolitical shifts may necessitate a reevaluation of bilateral ties. Arugay suggested that while the South China Sea issue remains contentious, it should not monopolize the Philippines' foreign policy. Foreign policy, as I always say, is a combination of values and interests, he remarked, advocating for a more pragmatic and multifaceted approach. Amid these discussions, the role of the U.S. as a superpower is being scrutinized, the Trump administration's apparent disregard. Third, for the traditional alliance structure has raised questions about its commitment to long-standing partners. For the Philippines, a key ally in Southeast Asia, this recalibration of U.S. foreign policy presents both challenges and opportunities. As Arugay pointed out, what is good for the U.S. might not necessarily be good for the world. This sentiment captures the growing sentiment among many nations caught in the crossfire of great power politics. As the world navigates these turbulent times, the Philippines finds itself at a crossroads, balancing its historical alliances with emerging regional dynamics. The conversation between Professor Arugay and the news anchor provides a nuanced perspective on the multifaceted challenges facing nations today, emphasizing the need for strategic foresight and diplomatic agility. The unfolding events in the Middle East and beyond serve as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of global affairs and the importance of maintaining a stable and peaceful international order. In a comprehensive analysis of the ongoing geopolitical tensions involving the United States, Israel, and Iran, Professor Aris Arugay, a prominent scholar from the University of the Philippines, provided a deep dive into the potential repercussions of these conflicts on global politics and economics, currently engaged in a visiting fellowship at Kyoto University in Japan. Professor Arugay shared his insights from an academic perspective, highlighting the intricacies of these international dynamics. The discussion centered around the strategic Strait of Hormuz, a critical maritime passage that plays a pivotal role in global oil transportation. Professor Arugay emphasized the severe economic implications of potential disruptions in this region, stating, "This is the greatest economic disruption that we're facing. Much worse, people are saying, much worse than COVID." This assertion underscores the magnitude of the situation, as any obstruction in the Strait of Hormuz could lead to significant spikes in oil prices, affecting economies worldwide. The conversation also touched upon the unilateral approach adopted by the Trump administration in dealing with Iran. Professor Arugay noted the absence of consultation with traditional allies, including NATO members, which has led to an atmosphere of uncertainty and unpredictability. He remarked, "This military action of the U.S. and Israel against Iran started off with the idea to cripple the regime in Iran. However, the unintended consequence of these actions appears to be the strengthening of Iran's position, allowing it to exert considerable influence over global energy supplies." In response to these developments, the Philippines has taken a proactive diplomatic approach by engaging directly with Iran to secure safe passage for its oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. This move reflects a broader trend of countries seeking bilateral agreements to safeguard their energy needs amid the escalating tensions. Professor Arugay highlighted the complexities of such negotiations, noting that while the agreement with Iran is a positive step, it may not fully address the challenges posed by the current geopolitical landscape. The discourse further explored the implications of the U.S. administration's policies on its allies, particularly in Southeast Asia. The Philippines, known for its strong alliance with the United States, finds itself in a delicate position as it navigates these evolving dynamics. Professor Arugay underscored the need for a nuanced approach, suggesting that countries like the Philippines must assess the benefits and costs of their alliances in light of the current global order. A significant part of the discussion was devoted to the potential for a broader conflict reminiscent of past world wars. Professor Arugay expressed caution about the possibility of escalating tensions leading to a global war, emphasizing the importance of restraint, responsibility, and leadership. He stated, "What will prevent a World War III? Restraint, restraint, responsibility, and leadership." This highlights the critical role of diplomatic engagement and multilateral cooperation in averting further conflict. The dialogue also considered the shifting alignments and priorities among global powers, with a particular focus on China's role in the evolving geopolitical landscape. As a superpower in Asia, China's relationship with the Philippines has been marked by tensions over the West Philippine Sea. However, Professor Arugay pointed out that the current geopolitical climate necessitates a pragmatic approach, suggesting that the Philippines should explore areas of mutual interest with China while maintaining its strategic interests. Professor Arugay concluded by stressing the importance of an independent foreign policy that balances values and interests. He advocated for a sophisticated approach to international relations where countries engage with multiple partners to advance their national interests while fostering regional stability. This perspective reflects a broader understanding of the complexities of modern geopolitics, where traditional alliances and rivalries are being redefined in an increasingly interconnected world.